Hello and welcome to Tea Time. I'm Ginger Nelson here with my co-host Nettie, and today we are delighted to have Mr. Dan Phillips on the set with us, and he is with the Alzheimer's Association in South Georgia, right?
South Georgia, 35 counties we cover here, and I do appreciate you guys having me again.
Yep, this is your second time on, and we are here to talk about the Alzheimer's Dancing Stars event. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about Alzheimer's. Y'all opened your office up here in Tifton.
We did. We moved from Albany a couple of years ago. Tifton kind of represents the middle of the territory, and we revamped our board of directors to represent the entire region, and it's just been phenomenal. I mean, it's been, they call Tifton the friendly city, and been very, very welcoming to us. And then once we got here, again, people knew that we were here. People from Valdosta, Waycross, those areas, and so it's helped us on the side, or helped people actually know how to get in touch with us, and then our programs have expanded tremendously. The phone's ringing a lot more, people needing our help. So it's been a good thing. On the fundraising side, it's been good as well too, because again, people, when we reach out to them to get support, it's an area that they're not too far from, whereas Albany and Waycross, there was a big difference, for example, and they didn't even know that we existed over there.
So originally the office was in Albany? It
was in Albany. It was before my time, even years ago. I had a donor donated a house, and I think they covered 11 counties at that time, and just kind of started the Alzheimer's Association back in 1980. Still part of the Georgia chapter, and then as more and more people started, talking about Alzheimer's, it was diagnosed a little bit more. We expanded our area, and we covered the 35 counties that we do now. But we never moved the office, and all those counties were down south of us and east of us, but we just kept the office there. And back in the 80s, the 90s, the fundraising, we could pretty much handle everything right there in Albany. Our board of directors was there, and we were able to do everything we needed to do and support the people that were calling us at the time. Well, as time went on and we got into the 2000s, 2007, 2008, two things happened. Number one, people were really talking about Alzheimer's disease now. More and more people were getting diagnosed. It wasn't that stigma with it anymore, that it was a shame to have Alzheimer's disease. And then the second thing, the economy hit. The economy got really bad. And so the dollars weren't there to fund the people that we needed to help. And so we had to figure out how we were going to do this. And so originally we just asked our board of directors from Albany and Leesburg, well, who do you know in Tifton, or who do you know in Valdosta? Let's start a walk over there. Let's try to get some dollars there. And again, when we first started doing that, people were like, so what is the Alzheimer's Association? Where are they? I said, we're over in Albany, and it just didn't make sense. And so a couple years ago, we looked at different areas. Tifton is the middle of the area that we cover, and decided this is the place to be. But it wasn't just physically being here. It was also getting the board of directors to represent this entire region. So we reached out to people in Valdosta, people here in Tifton, and we've done phenomenal. I mean, I'm really, really proud of the things that we've been able to accomplish in the last couple of years.
Tell us a little bit about the resources that the Alzheimer's Association provides.
One of the things we do, I think, is probably the most important thing, is the support groups that we sponsor. We have one here in Tifton. They're in Valdosta. We have one in Waycross. Over in Moultrie, they have one. One of the things that I saw, and a lot of the phone calls that I got, were people that thought they were the only one dealing with this. Well, my dad, he can't drive, he can't get back home, but we can't take the car keys from him. What do I do? And they're just devastated. Or maybe they just got back from the doctor with a diagnosis of their loved one. And so when they come to the support groups and they bring that up, well, I don't know how to get the keys away from my dad, and somebody else at the support group would bring up, well, wait a minute, my mom had that same issue. Let me tell you what we had to do. And to just see that look on that person's face, that was like, oh wow, there is somebody here. And then to see those two bonding after the meeting was over and going over some other things that they were dealing
stories.
With. Exactly. We also have it's a caregiver timeout program. It reimburses caregivers who care for their loved ones at their home. Not a lot of money, but $1,200 a year. Every little bit helps. If you're not familiar, if you haven't dealt with somebody with Alzheimer's, just to get a break, to go get your hair done, or to go to the grocery store even, it's not like these people are taking major vacations. They just need a little break from that. So that's a good program. We have educational programs. We train the police departments, the fire departments, wandering was a big issue.
Yeah.
And so we trained them on what they're looking for and what those people need. Not to spend the night in the jail because, you know, they're crazy and they can't get back home. They've got loved ones out there looking for them. So, the other thing too, the caregiver timeout program, I think, the wandering problem, those are two big issues, but it's just a support. I mean, people are going to find their own ways to handle their situations, but the fact that there's other people out there dealing with it, that's what they want to. That's what they want to see.
Well, I've heard that anytime you go through a hard time, a hard situation, it does bring people together, and it is comforting to know that you're not alone. So I'm sure that's what that program really helps with.
Exactly. And we talked about this the other day a little bit. The good that comes out of this, you know, the tragedies that happen. I mean, we mentioned Boston the other day, but there's so many of the good people that come out when those situations happen. And that's the way it is with Alzheimer's disease. I mean, you get that diagnosis of, it's devastating. It's, oh my God, there's no cure. You know, there's nothing to even slow it down. But the other people that are dealing with it, that are willing to come out and share their stories and to help these people, I mean, it's inspiring. I've mentioned the last time I was on this show, I think, one of the lucky ones that have a job that I really love. I mean, a job that I can work, you know, 10, 12, 14 hours a day even, and it doesn't seem like work to me. This isn't work for me. I mean, I'm sitting here next to Ginger, who is one of our star dancers for their event coming up, and to be able to get to know Ginger a little bit, and be able to get to know your story and the things that you've learned about Alzheimer's disease since you've done this, and how much you want to help, it's just inspiring, you know, very inspiring.
Well, we're going to go to a quick break, but we'll be back in just a moment with more about the Alzheimer's Associations and the Dancing Stars of South Georgia. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's truck and tractor pull time. It's April 26th and 27th at the American Legion Fairgrounds in Tifton. Competition in 2- and 4-wheel drive trucks, 2-wheel drive super modifieds, super farm tractors, and a new class of 8,500-pound light pro stock tractors. Directed by the ABAC AET Club, it's sanctioned by the Lucas Oil Pro Pulling League and the Southern Pullers Association. It's fun, it's family entertainment, exciting to watch. The Tifton Truck and Tractor Pull, April 26th and 27th, 7 p.m. at the Fairgrounds in Tifton.
Dancing Stars of South Georgia is coming to the UGA Tifton-Campus Conference Center on May 4th. 10 local celebrities are competing to raise money for the Alzheimer's Association of Georgia and for your votes as South Georgia's Dancing Star. Join us to support the fight against Alzheimer's by making a contribution to your favorite local celebrity. Remember, May 4th, 6:30 p.m. at the UGA Tifton-Campus Conference Center. Visit DancingStarsOfSouthGeorgia.com to vote and for more information.
Does your car have a chip key? If so, stop by Short & Pollock's Key Center in Tifton, Sylvester, Albany, and now in Dawson, where we can cut and program chip keys for most vehicles on the road today.
Supplying products that build dreams. Short & Pollock.
Are you in the mood for some amazing food? Well, stop by the Smokehouse, home of the best ribs in the South on 82 in Tifton, and try their new barbecue buffet. The barbecue buffet features their signature smoked chicken, pulled pork, and their famous barbecue beans, all cooked over high-quality blackjack oak. The barbecue buffet is offered daily from 11:30 to 2 and from 5:30 to 8. On Friday and Saturday nights, try the buffet featuring Lake Okeechobee fresh catfish. The Smokehouse is home of certified Angus beef, and they're now in their 26th year. Let them cater your next party. Give them a call at 386-0606.
Welcome back to Tea Time. We are talking about Alzheimer's Association with Dan Phillips, and we are going to talk about the Dancing Stars of South Georgia event that is coming up on May the 4th. Need to mark your calendars.
Mark your calendars. It's going to be a night you won't forget, believe me.
Night I won't forget either.
A night Ginger won't forget either. It's been going along so good. I mean, it just... I've actually, the last couple of weeks, got to go see some of the practices. I've heard stories up until then, and it really amazes me what you guys are doing, the time you're putting into practice, to the perfection that, you know, on my end looking at it, this is a fundraiser. It's going to be a fun night. We're going to have a good time. It's star dancers raising money. That I thought was going to be the hard part. Going to some of these videos and hearing these stories of, or some of these practices and hearing the stories of, you know, God, I had got muscles that hurt. I didn't even know I had muscles there. And, seeing bruises. I think Ginger
nice
showed me a nice little knee bruise on her knee. Daryl Salter over in Albany the other night, I was there, and you would have thought he just ran a marathon. I mean, he was covered with sweat. But every one of them talking about all these soreness and the bruises, a huge smile on their face. I mean, they're just so excited about doing this. So that's been really, really inspiring for me as well, too, to see that. The production side of the show, all that's coming along great. We're in the process now of finalizing the script for the night. So it's all coming together. Still a little nervous about the little details. I want all that right. But it's been from the very beginning when we were, this was done in other parts of the region. And so we knew we were going to have to do it this year right away. It was take the Prevacid, the chest started burning. How am I going to pull this off? Because dancing is, so out of my comfort zone. But to be able to surround myself by the people that I have, people that want to support the Alzheimer's Association, and to put this night on, it's just all coming together. And I really, I don't want to say I can't wait for it, because those details I still got to get done. But I'm so ready for May 4th to get here and to see this performance, because I know, Ginger, I know you've got stories to tell of the hard work that you've put in. But also I see the excitement, the smile on your face that you want to, go out there and perform in front of all these people for this good cause.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, I'll admit, but like you said, I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be. So kudos to those people who are really doing the Dancing with the Stars. The raising the money, like you said, you thought was going to be the hard part, and actually that's kind of been the easier part for me than the dancing. But now I have enjoyed the dancing. It has been hard, it's been challenging, but I have enjoyed it.
But at the stage when we started asking the dancers at the very beginning, back in January and February, will you dance in this event? And we gave them the criteria of what we were looking for and the commitment to raise the $10,000. Should have seen the look on the faces, and so that just kind of, assured me, or affirmed to me that was the toughest part. And so then we got the 10 dancers, we got them, confirmed, and they got to practicing. And then I started hearing these stories of the practicing, and I was thinking, it would take a couple of weeks, a couple of times, a week, and maybe as we got closer to this time, 2 weeks out, maybe you might go 2 or 3 nights a week. But you dancers, you've been going at it, full time for a long time. So it's going to be a great show. It's going to be a good time.
Well, I have to say one story is that I didn't really know a whole lot about Alzheimer's. I don't have a personal story. My granny, when I was really young, had dementia. Right. But as far as being around somebody, I don't have that experience. But my mother-in-law is a caretaker for a gentleman who has Alzheimer's, and she donated money, and as well as him. And she says, I want you to come visit with him so that you can know what you're raising money for. That made all the difference in the world. Right,
and a lot of these other dancers too, they have that personal connection, and so they, that's what inspires them. That's what gets them to go out and do what they do. And it's a sad disease, and when you see one Alzheimer's person, you've seen just one, because the next person is going to be completely different. And that was my story. I was working at Merck over in Albany, and went down and saw my grandmother, and as sad as that was, to see my aunt and my mom care for her, and my aunt giving up her full-time job to do this, you could tell it was something that needed to be talked about. It was something that needed to be funded. And so I went back, I did a little fundraiser myself. It was a golf tournament, and got my buddies together, and that's when I started seeing that, and I know you guys are seeing this too, what it does for you, what, I don't know the right word I'm looking for, but the joy it brings you to know that you're helping somebody, that you're doing something that's making a difference. Yeah. And so I've heard that from some of the other dancers too. Daryl Salter talks about it. He's had it in his family, and the fact that, I might not be perfect that night, and that's okay. There's going to be a lot of people watching me, but that's okay, because I know that the dollars that I'm raising is for a good cause. Michael Hobbs down in Valdosta, he's a retired Marine, and his dad was diagnosed at 49 years old.
That's unreal.
He's got a Twitter account, and everything about Alzheimer's disease, it's hashtag hates Alzheimer's, because it took his dad away from him at a very young age, and his dad was a very intelligent man, very, very active, and Alzheimer's at 49 diagnosed. Michael says he probably had symptoms even before that, and passed away at 54. Didn't last a long time at all. So he hates Alzheimer's disease, and he's doing this fundraiser because, he'll tell you, I'm not the best dancer, and I'm having a good time doing this, but by God, I'm raising the dollars that I know is going to make a difference.
Let's name some of the dancers who are going to be dancing. Well, I'm one, and my partner is Angel Aguilera with Angel's Touch. He has a hair salon downtown, and yeah, I thought I could dance until I started dancing with Angel.
And that comment's been made by a couple of people. I actually got a text that said
Angel can move.
I got a text from one of the dancers that said they absolutely loved their partner. And by the way, I'm not as good of a dancer as I thought I was.
That's exactly it. I have found out that I lost my rhythm, I think. I might not have ever found it. But anyway, we have Daryl Salter out of Albany.
Right. Daryl's the vice president of DOCO over in Albany. And DOCO's a big supporter of us, a big sponsor of the event. And Casey Land is his partner. Casey just is going to be going to work on a Disney cruise, and so a professional that's
awesome.
And that's what Daryl says. She's a slave driver, is what he said. So she runs a boot camp.
She's in Albany right now, but I think she is originally from Ashburn.
Okay.
And then we have Chip Morris here in Tifton.
An attorney here in Tifton, Chip Morris. Chip's he's a character. You're gonna have a good time watching Chip.
And his pro dancer is Amanda Johnson.
Amanda Johnson, right here in Tifton too.
And she does hair here in Tifton. And
Melissa Cheevers is kind of a late addition. Vivian Scott was one of our dancers, and Vivian was really, really sick. I mean, she was just that short of being admitted to the hospital with pneumonia.
Goodness.
And she has a lot of blood work, some X-rays, some blood work done.
But she's coming back next year.
She's going to support the event this year. She says she's going to be back next year. And
so Melissa took up her place.
So Melissa took her place, and she'll be dancing with Aubrey Taylor. And Aubrey was so nice to be able to switch midstream. He said he wanted to save the song that he was doing with Vivian and save that for her next year. So he's really excited about it. Jay Lacey at St. Anne's Episcopal Church, the wife of the pastor, her and Kevin Bailey are dancing. Jay's another one with some battle scars. She wanted her on tea time this morning with us, and had to go to the chiropractor. Had to go to the chiropractor. She goes, "Don't worry." She says, "I'm fine." She says, "But I just can't make it." Carrie Ann Turner. Carrie Ann was on the show a while back, and another one that's just having a blast. Calls me 2-3 times a week and tells stories about what they're doing. So that's great.
Yeah, she's dancing with a guy out of Valdosta.
Out of Valdosta, Motion Dance Studios, huge supporter of ours down there. We have a husband and wife team. Alvaro is her pro partner, and they've got something in store for us, I guess. Top secret, doesn't want to tell anybody. So a lot of y'all are that way.
Yeah. And then we have Katie Carter out of Albany.
Katie Carter, she's a consultant for Phoebe Putney. Her partner is Ashley Helton. They're actually going to have a little fundraiser coming up on the last Monday of the month. She's going to donate the proceeds to Dancing Stars, and they're going to do a little, I don't think they're going to show the whole thing, but they're going to do a little performance there that night. And
then we have Carrie Jones here in Tifton.
Carrie Jones and Van Jackson. Carrie was one that called me and right away said, listen, I like to move, and I want something upbeat, and I want my partner to be upbeat, and heard stories what they're doing too. So you're going to like that, the costumes and everything with that one. So
and then Michael Hobbs.
Michael Hobbs, we mentioned him earlier. Michael's actually one of our board of directors now, and
he's out of Hayhira.
Out of Hayhira. His dance partner is Hannah Moore from Motion Dance Studio. And they're, just look out for something big from them. Top secret again, but they've got the costumes, they've got they've been asking questions about the lighting. They want, they want it all right.
Well, we had a meet and greet, and I remember meeting Michael, and he has a great personality.
He does. Michael, again, and is in it for the right reasons too, which is really cool.
And also at that meet and greet, we met Reginald.
Reginald Gerard, the one really tragedy that. It's hard for me sometimes to even talk about it because one of the nicest guys that you'll ever meet, again, had a daddy that passed away with Alzheimer's disease, and in his bio, he told his dad that I'll do everything in my power until the day that I die to fight this disease. And Reginald tragically had a massive heart attack and passed away 2 days after
2 days after.
2 days after the cast party.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer the good Lord put people in your life for a reason, and I got to shake his hand and talk to him for a couple hours, and the whole community of Camilla and Pelham absolutely loved this man, and got phone calls from several of them that said, Reginald made this commitment to raise these dollars, and said us as a community are going to do that. And I've made a couple trips over there, and some of his students, he was a school teacher for a lot of years, and the Culinary Arts Club at Mitchell County High School. They raise dollars throughout the year, and it's for field trips and for fun stuff for the kids to do. And they went to the teacher and says, we want to donate this money to Mr. Reginald. And so
That is wonderful. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're talking about the Alzheimer's Association and the Dancing Stars of South Georgia event, which is coming up soon. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a moment with more on Tea Time.
It's truck and tractor pull time. It's April 26th and 27th at the American Legion Fairgrounds in Tifton. Competition in 2- and 4-wheel drive trucks, 2-wheel drive super modifieds, super farm tractors, and a new class of 8,500-pound light pro stock tractors. Directed by the ABAC AET Club, it's sanctioned by the Lucas Oil Pro Pulling League and the Southern Pullers Association. It's fun, it's family entertainment, exciting to watch. The Tifton Truck and Tractor Pull, April 26th and 27th, 7 p.m. at the Fairgrounds in Tifton.
Dancing Stars of South Georgia is coming to the UGA Tifton-Campus Conference Center on May 4th. 10 local celebrities are competing to raise money for the Alzheimer's Association of Georgia and for your votes as South Georgia's Dancing Star. Join us to support the fight against Alzheimer's by making a contribution to your favorite local celebrity. Remember, May 4th, 6:30 p.m. at the UGA Tifton-Campus Conference Center. Visit DancingStarsOfSouthGeorgia.com to vote and for more information.
Does your car have a chip key? If so, stop by Short & Paul's Key Center in Tifton, Sylvester, Albany, and now in Dawson, where we can cut and program chip keys for most vehicles on the road today.
Supplying products that build dreams. Short and Paul.
Are you in the mood for some amazing food? Well, stop by the Smokehouse, home of the best ribs in the South on 82 in Tifton, and try their new barbecue buffet. The barbecue buffet features their signature smoked chicken, pulled pork, and their famous barbecue beans, all cooked over high-quality blackjack oak. The barbecue buffet is offered daily from 11:30 to 2 and from 5:30 to 8. On Friday and Saturday nights, try the buffet featuring Lake Okeechobee fresh catfish. The Smokehouse is home of certified Angus beef, and they're now in their 26th year. Let them cater your next party. Give them a call at 386-0606.
Welcome back. We've been talking to Dan Phillips, and he is with the Alzheimer's Association of South Georgia, and we've been talking about the Dancing Stars event that is coming up on May the 4th at the UGA Conference Center. You don't want to miss it.
do not.
Now, Dan, I know that we've got some sponsors. Can you name some of them?
This event doesn't happen without sponsors.
That's
I mean,
right.
they're our core. They're what we need, and just can't thank them enough. Plant Telecommunications from the very beginning come on board as the one of the major sponsors. Doco Credit Union in Albany, they have branches here in Tifton and in other parts too in South Georgia. They're a big sponsor. Dr. Max Sims here in Tifton, again early, and that's, to put these on, it does cost a little bit to put these things on, and so to have those major sponsors up front, it was just a big relief for me. So can't thank Dr. Max Sims enough. The Scarborough Family Foundation, another one, supports us, everything that we do, and Mr. Scarborough from Adel, affected by Alzheimer's in his family, and just loves what we do. So he's one of the sponsors. Our media partners, WALB, we've got the commercial running on WALB. Plant TIFnet here, another media partner, the Tifton Gazette. That's who gets the words out for us, and it's expensive to run those kind of things, and so for them to donate that time. And then our community partners, the dance studios, Motion Dance Studio, Time 2 over in Albany, Carolyn Ellis's dance studio here.
Pink Slipper.
The Pink Slipper in Albany, allowing us to use those places to be able to perform and be able for the dancers to practice at. It's really, really, really good. So, again, couldn't do it without them, and can't thank them enough.
Now, if someone's watching the show and they want to help sponsor the event, is it too late, or
It's
can
not
they still
too late.
do that?
No, definitely. And as a matter of fact, there's a few tables left. There's not a whole room full. There's not a half a room full of them. There's a few left, and as a sponsor, you will be able to get those tables closer to the front, the premium seating, for the good time. So no, not too late to do that. Of course, you can still buy tickets too. You can still buy tables, and the best way to do that, I think, is go to the website. It's DancingStarsOfSouthGeorgia.com. You can also call our office. It's 229-388-8219, and then also anywhere in our area in the 35 counties that we cover. The 24/7 helpline number, which I probably should have mentioned earlier. If you got a question about Alzheimer's disease, call that number. But if you also got a question about tickets or want to buy tickets, you can call our 1-800 helpline number, which is 800-272-3900.
And you can also go to that website and vote for our dancing star, Ginger Nelson.
Vote for Ginger. Ginger's, like I said, been phenomenal. And
it's $1 a vote, so if you're unable to attend that evening but you want to contribute, you can still do that.
Exactly. It's no amount is too small.
If you buy a ticket, the price of the ticket is $100. If you buy a ticket, 100 votes go to that dancer.
Go to the dancer of your choice. Yes. So if you want to come to the event and you're thinking that, well, I wanted to vote for Jay Lacey or vote for Melissa or vote for Ginger. You can do that by buying a ticket as well too, and it's even more votes for them, and it gives you a chance to come to the show. The night's going to include cocktails. It's going to include a very nice meal from Covington's from Valdosta, and then the show. And again, I'm telling you, the show is going to be phenomenal because I've seen some of the practices, I've heard some of the stories, and you guys are working hard.
Well, don't miss the Dancing Stars of South Georgia on May the 4th. It's a great event to go out and watch some wonderful dancing, but to also support the Alzheimer's Association. We'll see you next time right here on Plant TIFNet's Wiregrass Channel 3.
Dancing Stars of South Georgia is coming to the UGA Tifton-Campus Conference Center on May 4th. 10 local celebrities are competing to raise money for the Alzheimer's Association of Georgia and for your votes as South Georgia's Dancing Star. Join us to support the fight against Alzheimer's by making a contribution to your favorite local celebrity. Remember, May 4th, 6:30 p.m. at the UGA Tifton-Campus Conference Center. Visit DancingStarsOfSouthGeorgia.com to vote and for more information.
Does your car have a chip key? If so, stop by Short & Pollock's Key Center in Tifton, Sylvester, Albany, and now in Dawson, where we can cut and program chip keys for most vehicles on the road today.
Supplying products that build dreams. Sure and pop.
Are you in the mood for some amazing food? Well, stop by the Smokehouse, home of the best ribs in the South on 82 in Tifton, and try their new barbecue buffet. The barbecue buffet features their signature smoked chicken, pulled pork, and their famous barbecue beans, all cooked over high-quality blackjack oak. The barbecue buffet is offered daily from 11:30 to 2 and from 5:30 to 8. On Friday and Saturday nights, try the buffet featuring Lake Okeechobee fresh catfish. The Smokehouse is home of certified Angus beef, and they're now in their 26th year. Let them cater your next party. Give them a call at 386-0606.